Okay, greetings from very chilly Evanston, Illinois. This is Jessica Saravia. I'm the BPKC chair this year in 2025. And to wrap up our YouTube series for the year, which ended up sort of being masonry focused and more about our office than I anticipated when we started, I'm going to talk a little bit about sort of copings and the top of roofs and shedding water. And I'm going to use our building as a detail example to start, and then show you some pictures from other buildings as examples as well. And I'm recording this first bit inside because it is right now 11 degrees outside. So I'm going to step outside and take a quick shot of the outside. As you can tell, our building has a historic facade and a masonry facade, and you can see that it was well designed because we have a bunch of projections at different levels at the heads of windows and at the top of the building that help to shed water and also cause for non-capillary kind of action, which you're seeing there because there is no routed drip edge at that little projection there underneath that window. And we will talk a little bit more about that in a second, and I will show you why that's problematic, and that's why we're getting that black kind of funk there. All right, I'm going to go back inside. It is freezing. Here's a great shot of a routed drip in an overhang at a window. And I think I said previously that it was from capillarity that you needed a drip, but it's actually surface tension. I was just frozen and my brain was not reacting. And then here's a really nice photo of a building in Boston with just some like really nice overhangs, really nice sill projections, really nice projections at the roof. And I realize this is not a modern building, but it's still a nice example. And here's a less nice example of what happens when you don't have an overhang and water just sheds straight onto a vertical surface and you get a lot of staining, and it's really a bummer. And this happens a lot. It happens in a lot of modern buildings where the design team really doesn't want that projection. It looks very antique and out of date and doesn't go with the age of the building, and I totally get it. I've had a lot of fights with design team powers that be in my own office about it, and none of us are exempt from that problem. Here's a great building with a lot of exemplary details at Arizona State University, but still at the sills they have these ACM pieces that just shed water over the side, and the staining is gonna probably get worse. Even Sir David Auger, here, look, those are flush details there at the ACM at the entry, and that staining is gonna be there. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. So when people fight you in your office about this, just tell them, look, we all are vulnerable to this. Like, I appreciate that crispy detail as much as the next person, but you got to figure this out. You have to have overhangs. You have to have drip edges, or you're going to end up with this staining that's really not great. And older buildings are not unsusceptible to this either. Look at that overhang at the windowsill is not deep enough. You really needed to get deep enough and have a routed drip in order to shed water and not have that staining below your sills and below your copings. So that is my final little lesson about masonry and stone caps and sills. And I hope you guys all had fun this year with our BPKC YouTube. And we'll have a lot more in store for 2026.